We are back at Funland already, but as you can see, things have changed. Things have changed very, very quickly. Join us for an update from the park, and please, if you enjoy our updates, please give it a like, drop us a comment. They work really, really hard here, and we'd love to hear your thoughts on kind of what you thought happened during closed season, and you know, what you maybe have learned from our closed season videos, particularly from here, because they are fantastic to us here. So let's take you in and show you exactly what's going on. Now, I didn't think I would be back down at Funland only 4 days after I was last here, 5 days after I was last here for Halloween. However, what happens in the space of 5 days is quite something as we stand inside of what becomes the maintenance area for the closed season, which is the Dodgems. And as you can see, the Dodgems cars are all nicely wrapped up, and we will take you around the park very shortly, but you'll also see that coasters are already apart, and the twist is already apart, and the tops from the Viking boats are already apart, and indeed the other coaster is already apart. And we'll get you some close-ups, and we've just been speaking to our head engineer here, who's told us sort of the plan. You know, this is week one, so you know, take into account when you look at these that these, for instance, have been on all season. They've been on since last Christmas, in fact. So when we say they've been on all season, it's not just March. These have been on since last Christmas, because this spinning coaster is actually open for the Christmas period in a few weeks' time, but is NDT tested during the closed season, if you will, between November and December. So they've only got 3 weeks to do this. So this has been on for 11 months. Take that into account on the condition. It won't look like this. It won't look like this. But, you know, we like to get close to these. And you'll see, you can go back on our video from the beginning of the year, because these were actually done quite late on in the season, sort of March-wise. And we see how painted these were and how clean these were. And this is, you know, the wear you get over the year period. It's quite a lot, to be honest. And these will obviously be touched up. All this will be taken apart. All the wheels will be done. All this will be cleaned up, obviously tested and put back together and painted. Now, the spinning coaster is already in pieces, so this is ready for testing. All the parts come out, they all get labelled, they all get laid out, and there's very little point in painting and doing things before they're tested, because if it has a problem, which, touch wood, it's not happened yet, but if it has a problem, you've wasted your time doing it, so there's absolutely no point. So it all gets laid out, all gets tested, and then head engineer has bought a sandblasting machine. So they will be sandblasted down, and they will be repainted, and they will be going black seemingly as well. We will lose the yellow on it, and they will be going a rather nice black, which I think actually suits the coaster a little bit better. Now, just to give you an idea, I'm filming this on my phone, which is why you can't see me, but just to give you an idea, here are the new wheels for the spinning coaster. They're all brand new. This is 5 figures. I'm not going to go into how much they were, but this is 5 figures on the value, on the pound value. And then when we come around here, we've got bolts. Just bolts, very standard bolts. You know, old ones have come off. As you can see, the old ones scattered around. And these are your new bolts. So these bolts alone, just for that coaster, they're 4 figures, which is quite something. You can see old wheels have been taken off. They'll be gone, and you can see more new wheels over here as well. These are heavy. Like, these are heavy. Heavy, heavy, heavy. So yeah, coaster come apart. That's the first thing tested, and the reason for that is it is open for the Christmas period. But as you can see, the twister, and you'll see when we go out there as well, that is also coming apart now. And it's just incredible that this has all happened in a space of 5 days. And we're only sort of week one of closed season. Now, you might be able to see something else over there as well, which we're going to look at very shortly. That looks familiar. But let's take you around now and show you the rest of the park. Here is the new ride for 2025. Maybe one of the new rides, but certainly the new ride which is confirmed and is now here. It was a poorly kept secret, not by us, I'll just throw out there. It's the dragon ride from Portland's Park. So this is the middle part of the ride where the arms come out, and you can see the arms are sitting here. Not all of the ride is here yet, but it's not far away, and it will be here very, very soon. And then here is the pay box. It's on its side, just to sort of give you in perspective. It is on its side. We won't show you inside because it's obviously all got to be wide and everything still. You can see motors, centerpieces, all ready to go in. As you can imagine, Portland's Park kept it very, very clean and ready to roll. So that will be installed, replacing the Caterpillar, which will be leaving the park. Just to show, obviously, all this is wrapped up. It's in the cars that are in the workshop. And of course, here is the Dragon itself. And again, you rarely get to get very close to these things and sort of have a look. If you ever wanted to know what they look like inside, this is what they're like. Everything on a base guide rail which goes round. And you can see where Portland's painted it, what colour they've painted it, what colour it's been in the past. And these are in great condition. With obviously more bits and pieces over here. So some of the rides, as we said, are open for winter. The top end up here isn't open generally for winter, but obviously they have to take it in terms of what they're actually going to do. But as you can see, more parts of the spinning coaster over here. And these are the platforms. It's amazing. It's 5 days. 5 days. And this is where they are already. And of course, new ride. There are some more bits of the new ride. I'll take you around and show them now. And here he is. I look at this. This is stunning. Absolutely stunning. Again, I know you ride it, but you don't really get to get that close to it and have a look as we come around by destination. As I said, it's not all here yet. There are still some bits to come. But the Dragon ride will open for 2025. There might be more, but who knows? At the moment, there's not. But things change. Look at that. That is... Oh, love that. Absolutely love that. That is going to look good flying around. And it is going to fly around as well. When you think that arguably the Caterpillar is definitely more of a children's ride, this is definitely more of a family thrill ride. Oh, I can't wait to get on this again. Been on it many, many times at Portland. It rides really well, and it does pin you to the edge. Plenty of room as well inside. If you haven't seen one of these, plenty of room. Yeah, can't wait for this one. Surf's Up is all undercover for the closed season. There's definitely not one open for winter. Quick look inside the Jungle Splash. The boats are off. The boats have gone for painting, obviously testing and everything else. The water has been slightly drained, but all the station area is all clear. We've seen the cars for the Twister inside. As you can see, it's not fully apart yet, but it's apart enough that it's not running, obviously. Getting ready. Now, some of these rides are open for winter and they are tested at different points. So, as we said, there are priorities, the spinning coaster being one of them. Some of these don't need to come off yet. These ones included won't be tested and taken apart till the new year. As I said, winter is only, literally only a couple of weeks away, unbelievably. So these will remain in situ, ready to open during winter. And then, just in case you were wondering, here are the tops of the cars. So obviously seatbelts will be tested separately, but other than that, there's very little electronics in here. As you can see, everything sort of plugs in and out, so all the workings are on the parts which they already have in the workshop, and then need to go back on last after the ride's been tested. So as you can imagine, when you walk down to the ride, which we will do now, again, 5 days on, I can't believe how much work's actually been done. You can see there's no car, and all this has been taken apart. Obviously tests will happen around here as well, on motors and electrics and everything else. You know, it's not just a simple, we take the car off, everything else is done, which is why access is obviously granted here. And you can come in and see the ride once again. And you can see, you know, where things are replaced. It sounds silly, but you can see where things are replaced. That's clearly brand new. That one's obviously a little bit older. You know, this is the thing. The rides take constant maintenance all year long. And while we can see things are done all year long, you know, we know the rides are checked daily, they're worked on daily. Everything's constantly ongoing. It's a massive mission that perhaps you don't see. You kind of see the parks open and you might be a bit upset when some of the rides are shut sometimes. You know, there are reasons for that. Some of them are probably a simple sensor. Some of them are a little bit more complicated, but they do a great job down here, an absolute great job of keeping the rides and attractions open. And, you know, we really want to showcase the hard work that goes in the closed season, because closed season, a lot of parks will tell you, is worse than open season. In terms of getting everything done. And of course we'll look at the Theatre of Screams. So this could be our last look at the Caterpillar. Out it goes, in comes the Dragon ride. We're just into closed season. It's amazing how much work gets done and how much needs to be done. We've seen what the focus on. We look forward to seeing the results, but it's very quiet here at the moment. But Christmas is coming and it's a cracking event.